Hello, everyone. Welcome to Claret and Booze. I hope you're all well. Another live show with me and Ryan. Got plenty to be getting through tonight. Going to be talking about the new player, some other players that we're linked with, some players that are said to be going out. But before we get into that, how are you, mate? How are you
I'm
feeling?
good, mate. Yeah, I'm really good, mate. As I spoke to you off air, I was off work today. I had to go dentist to have a hygiene. And as I said to you, mate, it was like Captain Hook brushing my teeth with a fucking hook in there like that.
It's horrible, mate, and it is. I don't like it.
It's good though, because you can feel the difference after. And then she went to me, just make sure you floss. You got to floss more. So I went straight to the shop and
say it every time.
I got some floss, but I got one from home and one for in the car. I'll probably listen to her.
You're on it all the time. That'll only last about a week, though. You soon get bored of it.
Oh, I probably won't even do it tomorrow, mate.
Well, I had a bit of I haven't told you yet, Ryan. I've saved it for the show. So I had a bit of a near miss earlier on. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. Do you know, like when you see teenagers walking down the street and they're not paying due care and attention, focusing on what's around them, they've got their phone in their hands. Well, I was dropping a voice note, waiting at the traffic lights. I was in Liverpool Street, and there's a white van in front of me. He's gone through the traffic lights. I think he's going straight. So I walk out, talking into my phone, and he's fucking whizzed round, cut the corner in front of me. Somehow I've got my toes out of the way. I've literally smashed it. My elbow and my arm was fucked. A proper. It's more of a burn because I sort of went against the van, and he's sort of driven around and knocked my elbow. But I caught it on the voice note, so I'm just going to play it for you. 1 second. Here we go.
Cool, mate.
Have you two had a look? I know you're at work. Have you had a look at the clubhouse yet? Or you free, should I say? Whoa! Shit! Hell. So that was me. That was me impact. But that weren't the embarrassing bit, Ryan. It weren't, because although it was my fault, my instant reaction was to lash out. So the van didn't knock me over. Not at all. But when I went to sort of do a roundhouse kick and kick the van and I missed it, that almost fucking sent me over. So I've kicked the air because I tried to kick the back of his van, and yeah, almost went over. Fucking hurts so. And I couldn't see, because I've heard a rumor that Sullivan's got a hit out on me, and I couldn't see the driver. He's quite a short bloke, had a Russian hat as well. So I don't know, mate. Could have been him. Could have been him. Didn't stop. Fucked off. Just sped off. Bastard. Honestly.
Yeah, well, as long as you're here to tell the tale, mate, that's all that matters. You know, I'll be honest, mate. I would love to have been over the road and seen that. I bet it was like a comedy sketch, like a Mr. Bean sketch.
Not one person showed me any sympathy today. Whoever I've told and I've sent that voice note to, no one has. All bastards. So what we do is we've signed a player, Ryan. Now, last week when we did this show, it was doom and it was gloom. And we said we might have some good news by the time we come back. We've signed El Hadji Diouf, not the gobber, Malik Diouf, the 20-year-old left back, who apparently had a little chat with Chet Chiati, who convinced him to come to West Ham. What are your thoughts on this player, mate? I'm assuming you know about as much about him as me.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, mate. It's not a player that 2 weeks ago I heard of, really. And then once we were linked with him, once it started getting a bit serious, so you start watching the YouTube videos. And to be honest, mate, nearly everyone looks good on YouTube apart from me. So I go on YouTube and I started watching it. And yeah, mate, I think he looks like a great signing. He's got great reviews, you know, from the fans of the club. It's rare that a left back 6 foot tall and can move as quick as him. He's got one hell of a strike on him as well, from what I've seen. You know, so yeah, he could be a massive coup, mate. It could be a
sweet left peg, isn't he? He's got a sweet left peg.
I see some of his goals, mate, and it's something that we've been lacking a lot of. I mean, Emerson's done a great job the last couple of years, but we need someone like Potter identified that he wants to get younger players in. And I mean, if it's the start of things to come, then yeah, bring it on, mate. Because I think that, you know, as I said, he's got good reviews from his club, from the fans, and you know, yeah, I like the look of him. And yeah, it's just nice to have a signing through the door, because obviously we had last week with Kudus leaving, and then straight away we get someone in, and the feeling sort of changed a bit now. We sort of move on, and yeah, looking forward to seeing him in a West Ham shirt, mate.
Well, we've started now. I mean, that was a thing. We was thinking, are we ever going to make a bloody signing? And the good thing is, it looks as though, well, this is what they're saying, and we have been linked with him for about a month. I think he was Potter's primary target. It's who he wanted on that left-hand side. So that was he's got his number one target on that side. He stuck to his guns. We had a pre-agreement in place with Carl Walker-Peters. We could have got him in on a free, but apparently he's dug his heels in and said, no, I want this player. Like I said, I don't know too much about him. Attitude big for me. And you've only got to go based on what we've seen of that player when he left Prague, the love that he was shown from the fans as well. Like, no one's got a bad word to say about him. I think that says a lot.
That's always a good sign, mate. Yeah, it's a good sign that he's left the club on good terms. He was obviously, no disrespect to them, but moving to the Premier League is just leagues above, it's different levels. So, money-wise, the opportunity to come and play for a club like us in a sold-out stadium week in, week out. It did make me laugh, though. Did you see his video when he was talking? He was answering the questions, and they was like, "Who are you looking forward to playing? Everton." And then he was like, "What sort of music do you listen to?" Nothing. I don't listen to music. And I was just
really,
I love.
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that one.
Yeah. It's like they was asking questions as he was walking around the training ground. So it was a good interview. He comes across as like a likable lad. I think it's funny that you mentioned obviously Czech Kyoto. He sort of reminds me of him with his personality, because Czech had that sort of personality, didn't he? So and we've had a good run of Senegalese players, haven't we? So
we have. I loved Kyoto. I love Kyoto. And the thing is, I do think that think that I said on the last show, West Ham fans, they do suffer from bulldog syndrome. Players that have got resting bitch faces. We've had Skamaka, we had Haller, and we had Kudus. If we can't, a lot of kids play, but people who never smile. They've always got a fucking grizzly. We tend to not like them. We just think they're grumpy bastards. But he ain't one of them. He smiles. He looks happy. I think he'll connect with us. Do you know what I mean? I think he's all right.
Someone's just said there, he made another comment as well, saying winning titles is why he comes to West Ham. And I was thinking to myself, he's definitely got the wrong fucking club here.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, we're not going to talk about Kudus on this show, but what I will say is, did you see the cringy thing with a doctor placing the stethoscope on his chest? Did you see that little video? And he said, "What was it?" He said, "It's only Tottenham in my heart or something." You'll
find Tottenham in there. He must have thought he had that up against his arsehole, not his heart.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the thing is with that, look, it's done now. He's gone, but I think you've just got to expect it. We saw it with Declan Rice when Declan Rice went to Arsenal. They've got to do positive PR for their own club, haven't they?
Of course they have. Like,
they've got to.
But surely, though, Nick, you know yourself, that's going to upset the fan base. If the club are telling you to do that, why can't he just turn around and say, "Look, mate, no disrespect, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that.
I wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm not being funny. I think that for me, I do really. I'm with my son now. I want to see someone go straight for his fucking legs when we play him next time. I really do. So I don't blame him for going, because I think we forced him out. But the way he's acted since, because it ain't our fault, and now he's it feels a little bit like he's upsetting us now. He ain't upsetting us. I'm in a sense now. Now he's done that, I'm sort of fucking glad he's gone, to be honest. But fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, as someone said the other day, he's had 4 clubs and he's only 24.
Yeah,
just shows you what he's all about. So yeah, look, I'm over Kudus now. He'll be back at London Stadium. I'm sure he'll get a lovely reception when he comes back. I'll tell
you what, that'll get the heat up though, wouldn't it? In the stadium, it should do.
Maybe that's what maybe it's what this game needed, something like that. Because the last couple of times I played them at home, it's been dead over there. So now there's a bit of spice going into this game, and a bit of it's going to be hostile, and looking forward to it, mate. I'm actually looking forward to the season starting now. I in a strange way, and I don't know why, because I know we've only signed 1 player and we need a lot more going into this season. But seeing all the training videos, I see one earlier with Fulkrug and Paquetá, laughing and joking. There seems to be a little bit of a different spirit in that training ground.
Did you see the day in the life of Fulkrug as well? I like that. That was good.
I ain't watched that one yet. I
like him. I really do like him. I think he's a natural leader. I think Fulkrug is a natural leader. We're going to get on to talking about the players that we're linked with and whether or not that we think this is going to happen in a little bit. But first of all, because I think there's going to be players going out before any more come in, personally. That's certainly the way it's looking now. We know that Emerson's going to be on his way out. That's nailed on. Apparently, we've had a few bids for him, but none that suited us. And there were a couple that were suitable, but Emerson didn't like the deals. He didn't want to go. So we're just trying to find a happy medium. He will be gone. That's a shame. I like Emerson, but look, you got to move onwards. He's what is he, 30 now, isn't he? Emerson.
Someone just say I wear a fucking Elton John syrup.
What's that? John?
Oh, mate. Don't worry about the syrup. It's when I start wearing wearing the glasses as well.
I'm not even reading them as I'm frying them up at a minute. Hang on. I'm trying to do two things at once. Right, okay. So the players that have been reported today, we know about Aguirre, and we know the club's stance on Aguirre. We know that Potter wants him to stay, but Aguirre would like to go. We're not willing to loan him out anymore. That's not going to happen because he's had a great loan, and I think they've realised that he's kind of at his peak value now. We're not taking a penny below 20 million. If we can't get that, he stays. By the sounds of it, from what we're all hearing, it sounds like Potter does want Aguirre to stay, and I think he would work in the back three in a more progressive team, mate. I think he would. When he came in under Moyes, I think Moyes brought him in when it was at the end of that season where Moyes came out and he went, "Oh, we've got to change." He was true. We got to change style because we've been fanned out. The counter-attacking style had been fanned out. So we went out. We bought Paquetá. We bought a progressive defender in Aguirre. But then we went back to the low. He ain't a low block defender. He's not a backs to the wall defender. I think Aguirre could do well if he stays. Personally,
yeah, I could see him like if we're going to play that way next season with three at the back. Him, Todibo and Kilman could be a strong partnership. And you also, I know we spoke a bit about him last week, but Alvarez maybe could drop in at centre back. He's been doing it for Mexico. He could be another option. So yeah, no, listen, I liked Aguirre when we had him before we loaned him out. I think he's a decent player. He's a confident player. Like when things ain't going his way and he makes a mistake, it sort of affects him. But I think maybe being away from the football club for a little while, coming back, I'm hoping that I'd like to see him stay. But if someone does pay that sort of money for him, 20 million, then I can see us selling him. But I would like to see him stay, mate. I think he'd do well next season under Potter.
Personally, for me, I don't think that we will. We know he's a quality player. He was literally one of the best defenders in La Liga last year. He was. And it's got nothing to do with him not being fit for the Premier League because when people talk about that, they talk about the pace. He's like one of the quickest defenders in Europe. So he ain't perfect. He's not, like I said, he's not a backs to the wall defender. He's not, but he's got a sweet left. Oh, my thumb. He's got a sweet left foot. He's rapid. He can do a brilliant recovery tackle. Fuck me, the other one's going now. I've got to turn that off. Hang on. Let me just turn that off. Turn the reactions off.
I thought you were playing bubbles.
Oh, no, I could do that as well. But yeah, I think he's good. And I don't think if we was to sell him for 20 million, personally, I don't think you go out and get a better defender than that for him. Now, I know we've been linked with Cresswell. I love the name. I do. And I like the player that I saw in the under-21s. The only thing that concerns me is that they're willing to let him go for 12 million. And when he was in his last season at Leeds, I think it was Fucker, the very camp-sounding German. It was him. He didn't like him at all. Apparently, he had like 5 appearances in his last season in the Championship for Farker, and then they sold him to wherever he is now, the French team, Toulouse, I think it is. And he's gone out there and he's done well. He's kind of, he's played virtually every game and he's played well out there. I just think for someone who's that age now, what is he, 22, 23? I don't know. I won't complain if we get him, and I like what I've seen of him in the under-21s. But I can't. Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure about him. I think I would rather keep Aguirre at the moment, personally.
No, I agree, mate. I'm with you on that one. Like as you said, it wouldn't be a bad addition.
No.
But yeah, it's why another team's in for him, why another team's snapping him up.
That's the
he's
thing.
at that age. He's at a perfect age now, like where teams would be coming in and snapping him up. So
homegrown tax as well. He's English, so they're more expensive.
Yeah, but listen, mate. Sometimes players don't work out at other clubs, and then they can join a team and hit the ground running. And so sometimes you have to take a gamble on some of these players. And we want to get the average age of the squad down. We want a young squad. We want a squad that's going to run for 90 minutes, not for 9 minutes like we've seen for the last 2 fucking seasons. So, yeah.
Maybe he didn't like Parker's big German sausage. Have you seen that, Darren Farley, when he does that with? I don't know. I think it'd be good. Right, the big news. The big news is Thomas Sucek. Now, I was under the impression. So all the Everton fans have been telling me, and I've read up on this, and apparently it's true. We know that David Moyes' first few signings were 2 players that he refused at West Ham. That's Barry up front and Alcaraz. No, they weren't good enough at West Ham, but he's bought them his first 2 signings at Everton. But the player he wants, and he really, really wants, is Thomas Sucek. And there's rumours of a £12 million bid. What are your thoughts on that, Ryan?
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, is Soufal still without a club? Because I could see him maybe ending up there as well. Look, Moyes obviously signed Sucek at West Ham. He knows what he's like. He knows what he's like on and off the pitch. He probably thinks that he can still do a job in the Premier League, which I think he can as well. And I'd be a bit gutted to see Sucek go because I know that he's not the most mobile in midfield. He's not the quickest, but he gets you goals. He creates goals. Like, he causes a lot of frustration in the opposition box. He does well. I mean, if you was to get a couple of runners around him, he'll have a better season for us. But for 12 million, I think that's too low for him. I think 12 million is too low for Sucek.
How old is he now? Is he 30 now? He's 30, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's either 29 or 30. So I think that's too low, especially in today's game.
What would you want for? I mean, look, I think if he goes to the right team, and Everton is going to be the right team for him because Moyes is a manager, you're guaranteed 8 to 10 goals out of him.
Yeah,
in a season, maybe more. I think he's hit double figures once for us. So yeah, I'm with you. Now, me, before anyone jumps on me here, because I know I'm not the biggest Sucek fan. Out of Guido, James Ward-Prowse, and Sucek would be the one that I would keep. He would be, as long as he's not a first team player. I don't think there's a better player that you can bring on from the bench when you need a bit of chaos. You need an impact player, whether that's to defend a lead or whether that's to go and crash a box and get attack set pieces, whatever else. I think he's a brilliant option from the bench, and maybe start some games depending on who you're playing. I don't know, but for me, I think the stat that people give where they go, look at the amount of goals that our forwards score, and then Thomas Suchek's stats. The reason we've been so shit, and I'm convinced of this, for the past 3.5 years is because of our non-existent midfield. The midfield's been terrible for fucking ages. So as good as he is in either box, he's a box or box player. He offers nothing in the middle, and I think it's detrimental to your chance creation. I just think it is. I think that the 8 goals that he offers you would get more than that throughout the team from forward players if you had a functional midfield that produced chances for the forward players. If you could progress the ball properly, I do think he's the most saleable asset out of all of them, which is a worry. So James Ward-Prowse, no one's going to buy him. Guido, no one's going to buy him, especially the money that they're on. Sucek, someone will. If it's not Everton, it will be someone else because he is. I think he's a bit of a cheat code player. I think, and that's why I would rather keep him. Because if it all goes to shit and you need to start shit-housing some goals, you've got the perfect player there for it. When the manager can't get the team working properly, so if you've got Kudus, Paqueta, Bowen, Somerville in the team, and you can't get them scoring goals, something's fundamentally wrong if you're relying on Sucek to score your goals when you've got those players in the team. That's what I mean. He's a cheat code player. So I think it's good to keep him in and around the squad. But the other thing is with that player, I think look, he's got a great attitude. We know he has. But do you think that Sucek would be happy playing backup? Or
no, I don't. Listen, I don't think any player would like playing backup. I think everyone wants to start. But I just love Sucek's attitude. I think I see his interview he done yesterday, I think it was, on the club website. And just some of the comments he says, like, you can tell how much he loves this football club. So I don't think he'll be looking to move. I think he's settled. And obviously with the new player coming in, obviously
he wants a new contract, Ryan. That's what he wants.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's earned it. I think the service he's given us and over the last 5 years, when we first signed him, he was unbelievable for us. He was a perfect signing for us at the time. Him and Sufal as well. They come as a pair, as a package, and they've been brilliant servants from.
Go on, sorry. But what I'm desperate to see broken up forever is that midfield partnership of Jedward or Sucek. One of them's got to go. One of them's got to go. You can't keep them both. It's the worst midfield partnership we've ever had. It's terrible, especially in modern Premier League football with the amount of pace that you're going up against. It's shit. I don't ever want to see them two in the same team again, ever.
What, Ward-Prowse and Sucek?
No.
I'd
prefer Ward-Prowse went, but I don't know who's going to buy him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the only way I could see Ward-Prowse is if someone, I don't know, maybe a championship team bid for him or a newly promoted Premier League team, maybe.
Well, you got Southampton, who were after that. You know, their Portuguese midfielder Fernandes.
Yeah,
which is a more realistic player for us to be linked with than Harvey Elliott. But they bought him for 15 million, and he's been a success for them. I know they got relegated, but he was their best player last year. Very fucking good player. Very good player. He's young Portugueser. Maybe there could be some sort of part X there. You don't know. You'd imagine Southampton would want him back, but are they going to pay his wages though? Can they afford to? 120 grand a week.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of money, especially in the Championship. You know, obviously, they get the parachute payments. But yeah, it's a lot of money for a Championship club to play. But yeah, I mean, if there was a deal to be done now, but I'm a bit mixed with Ward-Prowse because like him and Sucek can't play together, but play one of them with another type of midfielder could work.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's a difficult one. I mean, but going back to Sucek, mate. I mean, I wouldn't want to see him go. I'm a big fan of Thomas Sucek.
He's the one for me now. If we're gonna, because my main problem with Sucek has been that he's been an ever present in the team when we've had better options. You know, if he'd have been used in the correct capacity, and don't get me wrong, do you know what? He'd score just as many goals if he came on for the last 20 minutes. In those periods of game, Potter's another last 20-minute merchant manager. He's control the game for 60, 70 minutes and then go for it. You know, he does that. Controls the game for large portions of it, and then he does switch it up. He's a little bit better than Moyes in that respect, I think. You know, with Moyes, it was like the last 10 fucking minutes. But with Sucek, if you do come on for the last 20 minutes in that exciting part of the game, then I don't really see, you know, he loves scoring, doesn't he? You know, he'll still get the adulation when he comes on. So yeah, I don't know. For me, I like I said, genuinely, I would like to keep him as an option, but I'm desperate to have that broken up, and it does depend who we're bringing in. I mean, you know, if you believe the rumours that, you know, the players that we're linked with, so whoever's looked good on TV lately, so Harvey Elliott and Tyler Morton. I did say that I made a video right about 4 weeks ago, and this was before the links were even there. And I said, just expect, because we've done it before, just expect anyone that looks good in this game, in these games, we're going to be linked with them in the coming days. Tyler Morton came on and whipped the ball in he put the cross in for the bloke in the final for the winning goal. Very next day, West Ham linked with Tyler Morton. It's come out via all the same news sources, gets pushed up the algorithm, people start making videos on it. It's a reality. Then the main player that I think we saw that was on everyone's lips was Harvey fucking Elliott. So, of course, we're linked with him now. The same thing happened. Have a look at the source of the story, where it's come from. It's like a coordinated attack. 3, 4, 5 news articles released at the same time, triggers a news algorithm, videos come out, and that fantasy becomes reality. And it is a fantasy, I'm sorry, with Harvey Elliott. It's never going to fucking happen. He was just the player that was on everyone's lips. We'd all love him, But Newcastle, Atletico Madrid, Leverkusen, all these teams are in for him. Apparently, he's already said he wouldn't come to us. You know, Liverpool don't even want to let him go. They want to keep him, but he wants to play first team football. It's not achievable, in my opinion. But it would be a good signing. Do you think it's an achievable one to go for, that one, or do you think we've got to be more sensible?
No, I mean it's nice that we're being linked with them type of players, you know, young upcoming players. I know Harvey Elliott's been around for a little while now. Like I think he signed for Liverpool from Fulham, didn't he? So he's been doing wonders for England under 21. Yeah, nice. I would love to see him at West Ham. I sort of agree with you. I think it'll be difficult for us to go and get him unless we make a move early and make him feel loved and say, look, come here, you're going to be in the first team. You get your free role. We want you here. But I think it's going to be tough because once other clubs,
there's apparently about 20 clubs after him. There's about 20 clubs after him. There's loads. He's a top player.
I'm not surprised either. I mean, we've probably got more chance of getting Grealish than Elliott, if I'm being honest.
100%. You know, this goes back to, and there is an argument for it. Don't get me wrong. When Delap was at Ipswich and West Ham channels were sort of coming out, I was guilty of this as well, by the way. But that was more out of the fact that I just wanted him more than anything else. And you convince yourself, you build a business case, and you think, if he goes to Chelsea, he ain't going to get much game time. I think West Ham would be the perfect move for Delap because he'd go in straight in the number 9 slot. He'd play every fucking game. Would build the team around him. At Chelsea, he's just going to be a number. I still believe it now. I still think that we would have been a better move for him than what Chelsea is. I think Chelsea should have come later, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
for Delap.
I think with Delap, I think it's a hard one, isn't it? Because Chelsea, obviously, in the Champions League, you know, you get the opportunity to go there and play with better players, and obviously at Ipswich, and he's obviously just had the Club World Cup where he won. He scored in one of the games, I think. I see him come on the other night in the final, and he nearly scored a screamer.
A fucking good shot, wasn't it?
For a couple of minutes, but I mean, look, Delap would have been a great signing. I think he would have fitted in well with us and with what Potter wants to do going forward with bringing in the younger players. So, yeah, look, it's another one we've missed out on. But look, we have to go out now and we have to identify our targets early. And the only thing is now we've got a massive distraction because we're going to America for a couple of weeks.
I know.
And like the season is what, 4 weeks away now. I said this on Friday Night Pint last week. I wish we would have. I know this American tour's been about for was probably done last year.
Should have just fucking cancelled it. I think
scrapped it and just played a few fucking home friendlies, and then I just don't know why we go to these tournaments. I know you want to obviously fucking.
He's trying to crack America, isn't he?
Yeah, it's just like we don't need to. We give them Green Street in 2005.
Fucking hell! And I'll tell you what, mate. I talked about America. You know, did you watch the final?
Yeah,
mate. What was all that bollocks about? I mean, I turned for a start, right? I turned it on right at the start, and you had "Let's get ready to rumble." Turned it off. Thought, fuck off. This ain't boxing. This ain't boxing. It's football.
Mate, yeah, before that, you had Robbie Williams singing with some Bird, and then Michael Buffer come out. Then at half time, that went on for about half hour because Coldplay turned up. And
I turned it on at half time, and they was doing a Cucurella. Fucking Sideshow Bob was doing a post match interview at half time. What is going on? What's he being interviewed for at half time?
I mean, and then to top it all off, Donald Trump is standing on stage while they're lifting a trophy. So, someone made me laugh because obviously Cole Palmer.
He did make me laugh, Trump.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was so funny. Like, he's just like, you know what? I'm president. I'm standing here. But you know, someone made me laugh because they put a thing up the next day saying that Cole Palmer's. They done like one of these memes, and it was like Cole Palmer looks confused why the bloke from Home Alone 2 is on stage with us.
Oh, mate. Have you heard him talk in an interview? Cole Palmer is thick as shit. He's a football genius, but mate, he's so thick. He's a
he's
great
so
player,
likable, though, isn't he? He's
I
so
know.
likable.
I know.
He's just down to earth. He's a bit like Grealish, isn't he? When Grealish is in his interviews, he's just like, it's nice to see a player not media trained and just say how they feel. And I think Cole Palmer, like watching him in this tournament, like even I know he didn't have a great season last year.
What's he worth now? 200 million?
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know if he's worth that much.
Mate, that's the World Club Cup final. He scored 2 goals. He does it in. He done it in the conference final. He's a big game player.
Yeah, he's done it for England, didn't?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, no, look, he's definitely worth. Well, yeah, if Isak's worth 150, then yeah, he's got to be up there around that sort of money. But Man City
Moyes could have had him, Ryan.
Yeah,
Moyes could have had him. Moyes could have had him. No. But I tell you what, I know we're jumping the back. Going back to, making a business case for Harvey Elliott to come to West Ham and why it would be a good move for him. I know it's a different position, but we spoke about Delap. Proof of the pudding will be in the eating on that one. We'll find out. But there is another example of a player, and it ain't the player's fault. The player wanted to come to West Ham, but again, Moyes wouldn't sign him. And this was the season before he went to Liverpool. We could have got him for 30 million, and it was an initial loan with an obligation to buy for 30 million. And that was Darwin Núñez. Now, I think that Darwin Núñez, if his first move had have been West Ham, he would have been fucking unbelievable. But I think he went to Liverpool too soon. He's going to get sold now. He ain't going to get that top move ever again. I think they can move too soon.
Yeah.
So the big clubs. The big clubs.
Yeah, it's difficult for a player, isn't it? Because you obviously, football's such a short career. And when you get linked with the likes of Liverpool and the top clubs, if you've ever got an opportunity to go there, you're going to go there. Sometimes you can think, I'll hold out for a couple of years, but that move might not never come around again. So,
yeah, it's true.
I mean, listen, he'd be another player. Get him on loan. Take him on loan for the season.
Have you seen the latest news, though? It does look like, with all the palaver, especially that I made about Duran, have you heard about his first week at Fenerbahce?
No.
Mate, he's had a massive bust-up with Mourinho. Huge. And Mourinho's going to want this fucker out of here. He wants him out of this, like literally in the first week. So I think we've dodged a bullet there on that one. He sounds like he's a bit of a lunatic.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, though, I like them sort of players. We need someone like him.
I do. Yeah, I do. But he's fell out with Emery now, and he's fell out with my Mourinho falls out of a lot of players, doesn't he?
Yeah, Mourinho falls out of everyone. Yeah. Funny enough, I see that video of him today. Someone posted it. Do you remember that time when he fell out with Pogba and Pogba turned up to training and he just went, "Get off! You're not training today." Yeah. And Pogba's like, "What?"
Yeah, I do. I don't like his style of football, but I do like Jose though. His box office, isn't he? His box office. It's all about him, though, not the team, innit? It's all about him.
Of course it is. But he's someone that I said that I'd take him at West Ham. I think it'd be good for us, just to bring the attention back to us. And I think, but who knows? I've always thought that one day he'd end up at West Ham. I don't know why, but
the thing is, do you know something? I think West Ham fans you need some form of entertainment. So if the entertainment's not on the pitch, you need something, and I think he always gives you something, Mourinho. It's just by virtue of the fact with his personality. I wouldn't want him because I don't like his style of football, but I'd rather have him than just someone who's fucking boring football and got Potter's personality. But but I think it's going to be difficult for Potter moving forwards. I upset a Sunderland fan earlier on who commented. I didn't mean to be rude. I wasn't being rude. He commented and said, "I think we're going to beat you guys on one of my videos. We're going to beat you guys on the opening day." And my response was, "Well, if you lot beat us, then we are fucked." That's what I said to him. Mate, you just went on like a 3-4 comment rant. You've really upset me now. I liked West Ham before you said that. I hope you go down where you belong. He went, and I went, "Cool, mate." Thing is, it's so.
Where we belong. We've been relegated twice in the past 20 odd years. Sunderland have been up and down more than fucking Katie Price's knickers.
When was the last time they was in the Premier League?
14 years ago or so, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be. See, Moyes killed him last time, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think it was. But yeah. So we play Zurich at the weekend. I think it's on Saturday. Happy Hammerettes flying out there when we play Grasshoppers. What are you expecting to see? I mean, it's very difficult because we all said, especially, look, if the rebuild is going to be as big as what we all thought, it's not going to be as big as what we all thought it was now. It's getting too late. So I don't think we're going to be seeing the massive overhaul that we all thought that we was going to be seeing. I think it's going to be very similar, apart from maybe 2-3 players. In terms of the first team, it's not going to be that different. And I don't think that's a bad thing for Potter personally, because I think he has to hit the ground running. I don't think he's going to get 10 games of breathing space before, if it's shit for 10 games and we're in the bottom three, he's in trouble. So I think he's got more chance of kicking on if there's some form of consistency in that lineup from last year. Some players that are already there that have that know him, that know each other. If we was to go into this season with 9 new players, that's impossible. I think in the starting lineup. I mean,
I agree, mate. And and it is the obviously start of the pre-season schedule. We obviously play Grasshoppers on Saturday, and then we've obviously got the tour to America. So when you look at the squad, there's only one new player, but a lot of youngsters in there. And that's what I'm mostly looking forward to. I've always pre-season is one of these where I'd never look at the results. It's about the players getting fit, the players sort of him sort of gelling the team together to get us ready for that first game of the season. So I'm looking, and I think the players will be itching to play again as well. I think they've been obviously away for a long time. They've been back training now for 2 weeks together. So it'd be nice to get them out on the pitch and just get a little run out. Results really don't bother me in pre-season. I've never really gone on pre-season results. Obviously, it'd be nice if we go to this tournament and sort of go out there and win it, because if you're going out there for these little mini tournaments, it's nice to win it. But it's and also you don't want to see any injuries. You don't want to pick up any injuries.
No. I do want to see some of the kids. I want to see Alford. Well, you're not going to see Earthy now because he got injured. Bless him.
Shame about that. I was looking forward to seeing him.
He might be back. They said about 4 weeks. It was last Friday he got injured, so he could be back. He could be travelling to America. We don't know. But I want to see Potts. I definitely want to see Guilherme given a fucking run out. I want to see him played, because there's no Somerville, there's no Kudus, there's no reason why Guilherme shouldn't be in that team somewhere. No. Just give him some minutes. Potts has got to be in there as well in pre-season.
The thing is as well, mate, with Guilherme is that this might be a big opportunity for him now. Now that Kudus is gone and Somerville is nearly back, but he's gonna be weeks away, from starting a game. So it might be a good opportunity. If he has a good pre-season, he looks like he sort of bulked up a little bit because he was a little bit lightweight. But look,
he was.
People don't realise how hard the Premier League is, and especially when you're a foreign player moving to a new country, especially being young as well, it's hard to settle. So he was in and out of the team last season, even the squads on match day. So it'd be nice to see him get a run out as well.
He must have been disappointed at the game time that he got, because I feel like whenever he came on, I thought he looked all right. I think he did, particularly towards the end. But what I really do like is there were real genuine links from Brazil for him to go back there. So once not from Palmeiras where he came from, I think one from Flamengo, more recently Botafogo, who were offering about 17 million for him. But he's come out and he said, "No, I want to stay," and he said, "I want to make this work." So I think he's shown a real good attitude there. And one thing that I am interested about as well to see, I listened to, when we first signed him, I listened to Tim Vickery. He went on Russ Budden's show on West Ham Network. Because again, none of us knew anything about him when he came in. And what the bloke said, he said he's going to be a central midfield player. He said that is where he's going to be. He said he's got all of the attributes to be a top central midfield dynamo, because he's great in tight spaces. He's got quick feet. He carries the ball well, good awareness. He can do everything. And when you look at the way that Potter plays, typically he does play with a box midfield, but obviously the 2 deeper midfielders are typically sort of CDMs, but the 2 advanced ones, they could be 2 10s. So you could have 2 number 10s there behind the striker. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to do that. And then if you imagine if you got the likes of the pace of Diouf on the left, because apparently he's rapid. You got Wan-Bissaka marauding down the right, or Somerville, if Somerville ends up playing out there. And then you've got Guilherme, who is absolutely fucking rapid. Apparently, he's the fastest player in our team. Not that we've seen it yet, but he is the fastest player. And Somerville, you got Bowen. It could be quite an explosive team. It could be if he plays the right way. It could be,
and that's what we've been crying out for. And this is what Potter's got to get right this season, mate. He's got to get it right with pace in the team. You know, last season, look, Potter didn't really have a transfer window to bring in what he wanted. We got that one player in from on loan, didn't work out. So now he's had a pre-season and he's worked with these players. And as I said, mate, Guilherme, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of him in pre-season, and especially the youngsters. I mean, we spoke about it last week. Freddie Potts is a player that we've both said for a little while now. We're looking forward, and I think he's ready.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how much game time these youngsters do get on over this pre-season.
I feel like you've almost got to be giving Potts a chance. I think they've got to for. I'll tell you what, just for it's the right thing to do. If you look at what we did with Josh Cullen had a similar path. Wherever he went on loan, he smashed it, and then we'd come back, we'd just send him out on fucking loan again. He couldn't have done any better than what he did wherever he went, but he never got his chance. We ended up keeping him until he was 26. But Potts, you've got to reward him. You've got to reward him and give him a run.
It's better to give them game time during pre-season where they can make mistakes because they can get away with it. You can't do that in the Premier League. You know, you make a mistake in the Premier League, it costs you a game. But if you lose fucking 1-0 to Grasshoppers, no one's really going to care.
Makes no difference. No, that's it. So I think that will help as well. And also, if we've got that kind of youth scattered in there, like I've said, I will eat my fucking hat live on stream gladly if we sign Elliott because I really want him. I would love him to come to West Ham. That ain't going to happen. But if we was to go out and get, if you got Potts introduced into that midfield, if we retain Alvarez, if we retain Paqueta, because I love what Paqueta said as well when he was completely different to other people. He's come out and said, "Look, I wouldn't be against moving," but he said also, "I'm not pushing for a move. I love West Ham." So we could keep Paqueta for another year if we wanted to, and I do think that we need to, Ryan. I do.
Yeah, I think that if I was obviously I can't speak for Paqueta at the club because it was horrible what he's been through. You know, must have been playing on his mind. We see him week in, week out, and if you don't know what's going on behind closed doors or what's going on in his head, it seems now that he's going to get found not guilty, which is brilliant.
We did get a glimpse when he broke down and started crying on the pitch with the pressure he's been under.
Yeah, exactly. So there might be somewhere that the club can say to him, look, give us a season. You know, we've stood by you, stay by us. And then next season, if there's an opportunity for someone to come in and sign you, and I think he'd be happy with that. I think it don't look like, from what I've seen in the training videos, he looks happy. He looks like the weight's lifted off his shoulders, you know, and now he's just enjoying playing.
I think we've all been robbed. I think he's been robbed. I do think the fans love him as much as they get frustrated. Some of them, Trodge, gets frustrated with him. I think, well, he does love the fans. We've got a connection now. We've won a trophy together. We've kind of been through that. He's part of our history now. And I just love his personality. He never hid away. You know, with what he's been going through, he's never not played. He's always been there, even when he's been under pressure, when he's been playing shit. You know, a lot of players probably wouldn't have done that. And like you just said, with that weight lifted, I think it would be a nice way for him to, and he'd be a legend for me if he chose to stay for another fucking year, because he is too good for us. When he's at full whack, he's too good for us. But he can be the difference maker, and that is someone like him playing at 100% could be the difference between us just surviving relegation or having a fucking good season, a really good season. Do you remember against Liverpool, like Liverpool last year? We was away, right? That was all him. He absolutely dominated their midfield, pissed all over them, battered them because he's physical. He can do the lot. That was against McAllister and all these other players. He was battering them. So, and that was if you've got him in that sort of mode, then he is. I think he is almost a Payet level player in the sense that when he's playing like that, he lifts everyone around him. Everyone around him goes up a notch. You know,
when you sit in a changing room and you've got a player like that and he's happy and he's happy playing football, you know that you've got a chance of winning the game.
Yeah,
you know, He's one of these players that he's not gonna be one that puts in the tackles. He's not gonna work back, but that's why you got other players on the pitch to do that. Let them do the dirty work. Give him the ball and let him do what he does best. I mean, last season I think he got 2 assists, which is unheard of for a player like him. But as we said, we all know he
does play deeper though. He's been playing deeper.
Yeah, he never refused to play, even with everything that was going on. Maybe being on the pitch was an escape for him. And then he just got too much. And as you said, we see him break down in tears and it all got on top of him. But now things seem to be going his way and we can move on. And then hopefully we get the Paquetá we had when we first signed him.
It'd be fucking brilliant, mate. And then do you know what? I think we'd all wish him well. I think at the end of the year, if he gave us a wonderful season, we'd all wish him well. That's leaving the right way. And I hope he does for himself, really. Don't get me wrong. I feel like... Because the rumours were that he wanted to just get out of the country. I think he's had enough of fucking England now after what he's been through. He's like, what?
Breaking news.
Go on.
Paquetá's handing in a transfer request. No, I'm
Fuck
joking.
off. Fuck off.
I'm joking.
Don't say that to me. I'll be heartbroken. But no. I'll tell you what. I genuinely think, and I'm not just saying this because Kudus is gone. Kudus was a talented player. Bowen is a talented player. Paquetá is potentially world class. He's different. He's a different type of fucking player. He's like the complete player. He can do everything when he's on it. And you know, and you can play him. He's played out on the left. He's been effective. You can play him in a 10. You can play him in the 8. You can play him a little bit deeper. I think when he's on form, he's brilliant. And if we can go out and we can add some real legs in the middle, some real pace and power, which is what we've been missing. So. What I want to see, whatever players that Potter has managed to shift out and bring in this season, I don't want to see, because this will make me lose it with him completely. Because he's got to kick on. I want him to start with what he sees his 11 being. I want him to start with it this season, not phasing players out slowly. It's got to be like, no, clean slate. This is how we're fucking doing it. This is the team.
Is it a fresh start for you then, like with sort of Potter? Are you going to sort of, are you behind him? No?
Oh, no, I'm behind him. If he comes out and proves that he's not what I saw in the last 6 months, I'll change in a heartbeat. I haven't got anything personal against him. It's not like what I was with Moyes. You know, I just didn't like Moyes in the end. I fucking hated him. But it's not like that with Potter. I just don't like what I've seen with him, his brand of football. I don't like some of the stuff that I've seen him, some of the decisions that he's made. You can't forget all of that. I mean, some of the decision-making that he made late in games, going defensive, was fucking losing points and stuff. I just want to see him be a bit braver. I'm pissed off that he didn't play once in his tenure without either James Ward-Prowse or Sucek in the middle. I'm really fucking annoyed with it, just so that we can actually see a team without those players in it when you consider the amount of talent that we have got. And I do want to see... I just want him to make the right fucking decisions. I don't see why you've got to have such an imbalance of talent and styles in the team. And it doesn't make sense to me either. Maybe James Ward-Prowse makes sense for Potter because he likes to retain the ball. James Ward-Prowse is good at that. He just ticks the ball over. So I can understand that. I can't understand Sucek for the fucking life of me. In the Potter system, can't understand it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, mate. I mean, look, Potter for me wasn't my first choice, like it wasn't most people's first choice. And what he went through last season, he had an aging squad. It wasn't his team. So for me, I'm from like, right now, let's start now. It's a fresh season. Yeah. Let's see if he gets in some younger players, plays a different way. You know, I'm happy to get behind. I want to see him do well because if West Ham managers are doing well, then we're winning. And the fans are happy and everything's going right. We're not going to win every game. We are going to have bad results. But as we said before, if we come out of a game losing, but we watch it and think, do you know what? We fucking put in a good effort today. You know, that's what you want to see from this West Ham team this season. And there's a lot. I'll
make a deal with you. I'll make a deal with you live on air.
Go on.
He gets a clean slate after Sunderland. If we go away to Sunderland, right? And Sucek and James Ward-Prowse ain't in that team. This is if he's got all these other players and he plays a new, fresh starting 11 and he's trying to do something new, clean fucking slate for me. But if he continues doing what he was doing last year, I can't be doing with it, honestly.
When you look at our first 6 fixtures, like they're difficult.
We've got to win. We've got to win the first one.
Yeah, and like Potter wants to get off to a good start, as we all do, but so does Sunderland. It's their first game back in the Premier League for a long time.
Fortune favours the brave, though, Ryan. You don't win through being a pussy. If you don't shoot, you can't score. We only been creating on average 2 chances a game. We've got to create more chances. He's got to be more expensive, especially against teams like Sunderland.
But next season, mate, we've got a trim, nutty, fucking German up front for us, and I just got a feeling that he's gonna. I'm not going to say he's going to be a 20-goal a season striker, but I think he'll get.
If he stays fit,
some goals for us next season. As long as he stays fit,
yeah.
You know, and we give him the right service. I just got a feeling about him next season, and like touch wood, it works out for him and works out for us as well. Saying that though, mate, I remember getting excited about the Gokhan Torre signing, and I said he was going to be brilliant, and he was absolutely dog shit. So don't listen to me.
No, the only thing is what I'm trying to work out, because I've looked. I have, when Potter came in, I looked into the systems and the style of play that he typically does, that he plays, and it is this wing-back system with a box midfield and one forward. Right now, typically that forward has to be mobile and a workhorse and press from the front. If you do that to Fulkrug, you're going to break him. I think he's going to do, and I don't think anyone will particularly like it. This is how I think it's going to play out, right? Jarrod Bowen, because he's a workhorse, runs his arse off. He will almost do that Antonio-like role where he'll just run effortlessly. And I think that we'll do that because he'll defend from the front. He'll try and win the ball back, and then he'll feed it back into no man's land where we'll hang on to the ball for half hour. I think that's what he'll do. He'll use Bowen in that capacity as the workhorse for about 60 minutes. Then I think we'll see Fulkrug come on once the defence is a little bit more tired. Then he'll change it up. Whether Bowen comes off or not, I don't know. But that is how I can see it happening, because in Potter's system, mate, we've seen, and I don't like that because I don't like Bowen as a striker, and I don't like him he can't play as a 10. You stick him out wide. We've seen it in games already where you forget he's on the fucking pitch when he's up front. He changes the tactics at half time, puts him out on the right wing. Bang, fuck me, there's Bowen. He just springs to life again. That's the player that I can see suffering next year with this system. But it's not about Bowen, really. It's about the team. We've got to try and do what's best for the team. As much as I love him, we've got to stop. We've been shit for ages. We've got to make changes. He's got to try and do something different.
Big season for Bowen next year as well. You know, he's been brilliant for us, and
he has been. Yeah,
I think as a captain, you know, he's got to lift this team, this squad. You know, so he's got to be the mouthpiece between the manager and the players. So it's a big season for Bowen next year. And as I said, mate, he's never let us down. He's been a great servant. He's up there with, you know, the best we've had in the last 20 years at this football club. You know, so. And whatever happens with Bowen, as you said about Paquetá, mate, he's always going to be in our history. He scored the winning goal in Prague. So we love Bowen, and big season for him.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine anyway. Because I think he's so hard working that I think you've got to have him in the team. And even when he has those games where he's been anonymous, you know, he does work his arse off. He tracks back a lot. Providing he's got flexibility in his systems, because what I don't want is to put all of our eggs in this wing-back basket and get rid of all of our options wide so that we can't change the game. Do you know what I mean? He's got just in case his master plan doesn't work, in case this wing-back system, for whatever reason, it's shit, it don't work. He needs to have the players to be able to change it. So I think it's important that he does that. But then again, the longer this goes on, the longer it stretches on, I don't think we're going to see that many more players. I really don't. I reckon we'll get maybe one or two. I don't think we'll get a new goalkeeper. I think we'll see the defence stay as it is. I think we'll probably get one, if we're lucky, midfielders, maybe two. Then they've got to go out and get a forward, because as much as I love Fulkrug, he ain't just proven in his last season with West Ham. If you look at his history before that as well, it ain't great. We need someone else. Unless Bowen is going to be that backup striker, I don't know. But I would like to see a young striker come in and play understudy. Because what better bloke to learn from?
Yeah,
him.
no,
Full crew.
I mean, I can see probably another. I'll say another at least 4 players coming through the door
You reckon?
before the transfer window shuts. Yeah, I can see that, and I mean, goalkeeper wise, I mean, obviously Areola number 1. The second choice
League One
is it
Wes.
Foderham or
League One Wes, yeah.
Yeah, I
Wes
mean,
Fodringham.
he's not good enough for us. I mean, I don't even know why we signed him in the first place. I would rather have kept Fabianski as a number 2. No, so that'll be another thing that I think Potter wants to look at. But yeah, I mean, bringing a striker in is. And we still don't know what's going to happen with Antonio yet, do we? We don't know whether he's going to be offered a.
He's been offered a deal. It's there. Yeah. It's on the table for. He's training with us.
He's just holding it out. He needs to see if anything else comes along. Nothing comes along, he'll probably sign that deal, which is not. I don't think good for Antonio, if I'm honest.
I don't think he's a bad person to have off the bench. I think as an impact player, I think as an impact player, as long as he's still the same player, I think to be able to bring him on for the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes, no one causes fucking chaos like him. He's a good option to have, But yeah, I don't know. For me, the midfield needs sorting. I would leave the defence as it is. Maybe add one more to it if we do go and get a Cresswell or someone like that. Add them in, whatever. But I think where we are at the minute for Potter, if Potter wants to succeed, which I'm sure he does, and I'm sure he wants a whole new team, but I don't think he's stupid. He's not. Well, he's got a psychology degree. He keeps telling us he's not stupid. For him to kick on, because he ain't really got a clean slate, Ryan. Not with anyone. I think we're going to shit ourselves. If after 5 games we're in that bottom 3, we're going to be thinking, "Fuck, we ain't getting out of this."
He's under pressure straight away.
He needs to kick on. There's got to be some consistency in that team.
Because if we don't pick up results in the first 5 games, it's all going to be on Sullivan, and Sullivan ain't going to want that heat. So, it could be a short stay at West Ham for Potter, and then we're back to square one. Who do we go out there and get? But look, as I said, mate, I want to see every West Ham manager do well. So hopefully we can get off to a good start. A good win at Sunderland would put us all in a good mood. Because we have got Tottenham coming up, Chelsea coming up. Some tough games in. I think we've got 3 London derbies in the first 5 games or something like that. So
yeah, we have. It's tough. Yeah. It's tough, but also, do you know what? Baptism by fire. You've got a lot of people have said this now. So Chelsea they've had no break. They've been playing in that Club World Cup. They've played the whole way fucking through. They're straight into pre-season now.
They've sort of had a pre-season, didn't they? So I can see their top players now having a rest for a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks.
But what I mean is, I think it could be. Fuck it, I don't know what I'm talking about. It could be if there is a good time to play them. We could. We tend to. We don't do terribly normally against Chelsea, so nothing's impossible. And the way that Potter is going to set up, his teams are always quite solid. They are. Look at this because they're defense heavy. So you've always got 7 or 8 defensive minded players on the pitch. We should always be tough to beat. Always. But where he's got to strike that balance is he's got to get that chance creation up. We've got to be better in transition. And that's where I think the midfield is so important. He's got to rebuild that midfield because in transition, we've had fuck all for ages. You need someone who can carry. We've not had anyone who can carry the ball up the field through midfield since Declan Rice. No one.
Yeah.
We need someone that can do that. Drag us up the pitch.
Yeah, the ball carrying midfielders, someone that can just get their head down and run with it.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, in short, for me, I'm still shitting myself for the new season, but I am also excited for it. So now I'm at the stage now where I'm looking forward for it to start. I ain't confident. I'm not. I'd say I'm 90-10. But it's creeping up. I think if we make a few more signings, that could change. And it does depend on the players that go out. So if we sell Sucek, like I said, he ain't the one that I would want to sell out of all the midfielders. But that to me would then I'd start to believe, hang on a minute, maybe there is a plan. Maybe there's a plan there. Because the midfield needs overhauling massively. It just does. Just need energy in there. Just need energy and pace to complement what we've already got. If we can replace James Ward-Prowse with Alvarez and Paqueta and have energy and dynamism in there, we'll be fucking really good next year.
Yeah.
Really good.
Title challengers, mate. Come on, your irons.
Oh. Hang on, mate. You gone quiet.
Have I?
Oh, no, you're back. You're back. That's it. It might have been my headphones. But right, anyway, right, that's... Go on, mate.
Just quickly, mate, before we go, I actually see the a picture of the away kit today.
Is it the Ecru one?
Yeah, someone I know someone in the club, and they sent him a photo. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Like, I'll pull it up. So this is... So can you see that?
Leave it there and it will focus. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
So basically,
it's better than the home kit.
Yeah, so I don't know, you can't really see it, but around the collars is like claret and blue.
Yeah,
like a dark claret. And it's all right. It's not the greatest kit, but it's a bit plain. It's basically the home kit, but in
different color.
In the cream. Is it Ecru?
Ecru, yeah. Beige
Ecru or cream? Call it fucking
beige.
Cream.
Yeah.
But yeah. So. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what else as well before we do go. A big shout out to you, Ryan. It's probably more to do with Kudus, to be honest. But we've had an extra 1,000 signatures on the BS app petition since our last show, which is big. We're up to 5,500 now. So, you know, once we start getting close to that 10,000 mark, that's a serious number. So it's been scrolling across the bottom of your screen the whole way down there. If you haven't signed it yet, why haven't you?
When we get to 100,000, we're going to march to Parliament.
Fucking, we are and all, yeah, we are.
It's good, mate. I've enjoyed coming on the last few weeks. It's always a good laugh with you, and hopefully, like going forward in like this season where we're doing a lot more shows.
Absolutely,
and it's really enjoying it, mate. It's nice to just sit down on a Wednesday night, chill out, talk about West Ham. It was positive talk tonight. You know, talking about a new signing and players we could bring in. So yeah, no, I've enjoyed it, mate, and I appreciate you having me on.
No. I'm glad you're coming on, mate. And the thing is, it's a nice time to do it as well. I think middle of the week, because especially with West Ham, because you never know how the games are going to go. So at least, you know, if we've had a bad result at the weekend, you know, dust has settled by the time we have a chat. So it should always be, you know, we should always be looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that's you know. So yeah, right. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone that left super chats and everything else. Ryan, speak to you soon. Come on, you once.
Top man. Thank you.